I've done something to it, haven't I?
Have you got me?
No.
A.
Oh yeah, the window's broken, don't worry about it.
A.
It'll just keep going down, there's no mechanism attached. I took it off, remember.
Oh, it's going now slow.
Yeah, it will.
Have you got me?
No. My meter doesn't work.
In the last episode, I left you with the fantastic idea of side pipes, which, years later, I still kind of want to make a reality. This, however, is not a reality. What I actually did was utilise the angle iron chassis and simply clamped it to both that and the rear trailing arms. So when I bought the car, actually, the exhaust wasn't fitted, it was in the boot. So when it came to fitting the exhaust for the engine starting, I just put the back box straight onto the downpipe, because, well, that's basically how I'd have it with a straight pipe, so why not? The driver's side, well, that bolted straight up. No clearance issues, no problems. The passenger side, however, not so much. Oh, and by the way, welcome to the first proper rot that you've seen on the outriggers. Yeah, there's plenty more of that to come, so stay tuned. So all I needed to do here was line up the downpipe with the manifold. This did raise the question of why the exhaust wasn't fitted when I got it. Of course, there was only one solution. Or at least, that's what I thought at first. So I started off removing what I thought was the offending article. And the great thing is, here you get to actually see just how thick some of the metal that they added was. Unfortunately, after a bit of a repositioning of myself, I discovered even that didn't fit, which made even less sense. I then proceeded to simply remove as much material as I could, without removing the entire outrigger. And bearing in mind, I can't remove that much because then the floor of the car would be in the way. And if it hits that, then something's definitely wrong.
So this is turning out to be a hell of a job. Goggles on. And now I'll see if I can hammer and chisel that out, because it's getting to the point where I'm just cutting further than I want to be. Oh, that's moving. That's good. That's removing some rust as well. You can actually hear the chassis reverberate as well. I'm not particularly worried about the strength of this chassis, if I'm honest. It's just the fact that all of that stuff is hidden somewhere. I don't even know where. Whatever. Right. Should we try this downpipe again? Oh no, I've lost my washer. Oh, there it is. I've lost my marbles. Let's see if that fits sort of snugly on that. Oh, do you know, that might just be perfect. God knows if you can still see anything. I know I can't. that's on. Oh, and it's just resting there. Okay. Right, and then we take this rather handily placed earth wire that just happens to have the correct bolt in it. Oh, it won't come undone. Great. I don't know why I thought that would work. Sorry, I forgot to film the rest of that. That's fitted now. And as it turns out, despite it... Well, the way that it didn't fit before really felt wrong somehow. So yeah, it does turn out that I was wrong. It did actually fit, and I cut that bit of chassis out for no reason. But it's okay, because the chances are I'm going to sort of cut this level, or maybe even cut it back to that part there, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, there's that much metal there. I dare say I've got quite a lot to play with. Oh, and it's also worth pointing out, despite all of this metal, notice how the body isn't actually, you know, attached anymore. It's fine. Now to attach the exhaust pipe onto there. I do need to bash this back together again, but at the same time, for the first start, sod it, it'll do. And we're going to put this bracket onto the chassis, and then just cram that onto there, and that will do nicely. Bit wobbly, but it's okay. There's a hole there, and some holes down there, and some holes around there, so it's not exactly going to matter. I don't think it's going to fire off when I start it. It's just going to make some interesting noise, but hey, I was kind of thinking I want it a little bit louder than with just these on, but not as loud as just a straight pipe. So with these on but with holes in, should be about right. So one thing I have been doing is checking the spark plugs for condition and just having a slight tidy around the engine. These are nice and shiny. I've gone and cleaned the HD leads. I kind of did that just to remind myself that I had already done said cylinder. See if you can guess which one is left. Yes, it's the difficult one right at the back. Or at least, I think it's going to be difficult anyway. So far, everything that everyone's said, oh, that's going to be a difficult job, has turned out to be relatively easy, so let's just see. Oh. Well, that just came off easily. Now we go in with my vinyl and rubber care, which I probably should have checked whether it is flammable or in any way suitable for an engine bay, but hey, never mind. I'm going to find out whether this is flammable in the same way that I'm going to find out whether the engine runs, which is just try and turn it on and see what happens. So we just rub these clean. Right, so that's that, and now I have my handy little... just noticed how mucky this is actually. I mean, while I've got my vinyl and rubber care thing, I might as well just clean another thing that's made out of rubber, eh? Yeah, it matches my car. Blue and mucky. I'm probably going to regret cleaning this because it's going to be all slippery now, isn't it? Ah, that'll do. It's blue now. Marvellous. Let's put this down here, stick it onto the spark plug, and rather annoyingly, it takes ages to seat. Apparently not on this one. And then we turn it... Ow! Gee, burnt myself on a light bulb. Turn it anti-clockwise. Get that like that, and then I can't believe that worked. Excellent. And then, because turning that would take forever, we just undo it by hand. Nothing seized in. No problem at all. I think I'm getting so lucky with this thing. It's going to bite me eventually. This engine's probably just going to be a cast iron dead weight, isn't it? Which, according to some people, it already is. But that, I'd say that's pretty good. Now, at this point, I would get my wire brush and a handle, but it's all I can find at the moment. So, I mean, it does the same thing. It's some wire brush bristle things, but ow, it just sort of spikes me as I'm doing it because there's no handle. Don't even need to clean the thread or anything. Haven't done on any of them. They've all looked identical. That's perfect, that. Or at least I think it is. I did have to ask whether that was in good condition. And then we just pop it back in. Oh, do I need to show? It's just a bit more shiny. That's it. There's no other difference. And then all we do is screw that back in eventually. And then with a bit of gunk engine degreaser on a rag, we just go in, wipe some stuff off, and you end up with something that's just a bit more presentable. And you may be thinking, well, why would you clean an engine if you're just about to take it out, or at least take the body off, and then start working on it and paint it and everything? Well, quite simple. If I'm about to start it for the first time, I want to see oil leaks. If it's clean, I can. Gotta hope this thing runs. Now see, even though I'm not actually ready to start it, I am about to put a battery on it, so I thought to just film it in case it just spontaneously combusts. Oh, what's... Just put that at that side, whatever. Right, positive at that side. Hey, that's quite secure, that's not bad. Run. Yep, that'll stay. That's alright. Yeah, I'll tighten that up. Let's make it plug some spanner and stuff. What size are we at? 10mm. Okay. Oh yeah. It's all down here. So, in the time that I haven't been filming, all of the body bolts have been removed. Some of them had to be drilled out. I've been through a lot of the wiring and some stuff in the dashboard to see if I could make sense of any of it. And essentially, just made the whole thing kind of ready for starting, hopefully. Right. Let's go get the chaps and see what's what. So, having plugged the battery in and done most of the sorting and got the camera ready, there is one thing that I just wanted to have a look at, which is, having put the battery on, do we have any life in the clock? I was listening for it then, I couldn't hear anything. I don't think you'd need to turn the ignition on to make the clock work, would you? That's not greatly promising. I'll go and check. Well, there's definitely positive and negative. There is a chance that because that's painted it hasn't earthed correctly.
Being that I had no knowledge of, well, anything beyond a basic wire connection, I went to seek advice. This is when things got interesting.
I've done something to it, haven't I?
Have you got meat?
No.
Hey.
Oh yeah, the window's broken, don't worry about it.
Oh, it's going now slowly.
Yeah, it will.
Have you got meat?
No.
Okay, no.
My meter doesn't work. Do you know, it's just occurred to me that actually having the audio on the camera doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to move the audio to sod it, over here will do.
Wow, that's proper duff, that.
That's
Drop
duff
that.
as well, yeah. Is that putting that 10...
That has been on charge for days. And I've literally took it off just before I went to look at that chimney.
Yeah. It's been off for, what, half a day then?
A couple of hours.
Not even that,
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours at most. And it's been on charge for 3 or 4 days. That
That's a
is
temper.
goosed.
Oh dear.
I would probably take that one and stick it on the other side where the dead batteries go.
Yeah. And then we'll stick that black one on that I was
and,
going to put on in the first place.
Yeah, and get another one.
I tell you what, it's in better condition than the other one that was on it though, isn't it?
Yeah,
The one that literally exploded.
yeah.
Does that answer why it's not turning anything on?
That's completely goosed, is that?
What did it come from?
It's off that VR6.
Oh, wow.
It's not that old a battery, but
No.
they've left VR6 packed up since October and it's killed battery. Yeah, we're dropping that off, so can you test that? Yeah, I've tested that, that is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So put a different battery on it and see if that runs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go on.
Well, at least it might not be something that I've done then.
No, that's dead. I expected dim light though, because it's got 10, hasn't it? But it's not 12. That's dead. Right, I'm going to go shut all my other stuff up while you.
Okay. Back in a minute. Which is positive? That's it.
One that's got a better attitude.
Oh, this battery's too tall by the looks of things. Oh. I'm good at this. What do you mean, please wait? Take 2, I suppose. Still not reading anything there. Nope. Zip nada. We might have another dead battery there, huh? I think I know how to do a continuity thing. This battery shows 12 volts, or 12 point something.
Was it? Excellent.
1270 something.
That's good.
There you go.
1275. GT look, excellent. Right, that's alive. That's got some power.
I bet the car doesn't, for no reason.
We've got fuck all, man.
Hmm.
You've done something.
What have I done?
You've unplugged something.
There's more plugged in than there was before.
You put more wires on.
Yeah.
Wiggle it around.
I've pulled it taut against the bolt.
Still fuck all. touch on engine somewhere else.
Unbolting. Touch it on the engine somewhere else. Somewhere else. It's now literally on the head.
Fuck off.
What have you done, Johnny?
Right, well that earth strap needs bolted to engine somewhere properly, not the exhaust pipe. Because the exhaust pipe's meant to have a gasket in it that's not conductive,
Yeah.
i.e. being heat proof. So,
I mean, the way... Oop, that bolt's gone down there.
not far.
The way that is bolted on there, onto that, is actually onto the head, not the manifold.
Alright, yeah. Yeah,
So-
that will clean it out and get it. It'll do on there for a minute.
But it is worth saying that when we were faffing about with it before, that wasn't connected to anything. That was actually just dangling down there. It had that bolt in it there, but it didn't have an exhaust attached.
Yeah, well,
So
I think
that
we'll
was
look
just dangling down. So that doesn't stop it from clicking to start.
at it. Right, let's go up to that, up to the solenoid. And you have to chase wires from that. Go down to starter motor, do they? And then starter motor to alternator.
So I've got 12 volts to there, that's good. Ooh.
Have you been messing about in the dash?
Sort of, yes, but only plugging things in.
Right, well you might have knocked a wire off whilst you've been plugging things in.
I've hardly done anything under this bit, so
Oh,
it's
there.
got to be something dash-wise.
We're powered to the starter.
That's good.
Oh. You just need your ignition back. It's your ignition you've lost.
Yeah, I've just messed with something on the dashboard then. Yeah. I mean, while you're here, I could just stick my hand up the back and just sort of wiggle some wires and see if...
That's all you could do. Just turn your ignition on and go wiggle some wires. And see if you get any dash lights.
Yeah. No, it was me, I know. That's rear wiper. That's washers. See, the main thing is that should say something and that should tick.
It's almost like the main fuse gone off something.
How could I have blown a fuse when I was mucking about with it when nothing was connected?
Thinking aloud, thinking aloud. There seems to be a lot of wires around back there. They don't seem to be doing very much.
Correct. Most of them would have connected to the radio. Yeah, I know.
Huh? I think someone might have been modifying stuff in there.
Yes.
Wakey. I used to have to do with some Land Rover. Wakey. Alarm control box that then got thrown over my shoulder and a piece of welding wire stuffed in it. I remember we did that, put a piece of welding wire in and it suddenly started.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be right. Made us both jump, didn't it?
Oh, I'm currently holding a spade connector.
Aha! Shove it out back and have a look.
Spent £6 on a new
Ring.
ring and bendy thing and nut to go on the back of this. And then a month later, the thingy turns up and it goes, "Oh, I've got the original ignition for you." Oh, do I unscrew the dash as well and just...
There's a terminal. No,
But it's a terminal that's on that anyway, so... What's the one that I could feel?
Have we got power? What colour wire is that? White? Yellow?
That one.
Yeah.
White.
White? White?
I dare say it's also, like, from a house. Do you remember me saying that the wiring is probably going to be the issue in this car?
It might be starting again.
Yeah.
White? There ain't a white that comes up here.
I know. That's because there's block connectors behind the dashboard.
Oh, it changes halfway, does it?
Yeah.
God. Right.
Same with the rear end as well.
Can you get that to that white?
Yes.
We've got nothing. You've no feed to ignition.
Does it How do you know it's going to be that white wire?
It's the thickest.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Main ignition switch wire is going to be, it should be red and it should be a big red. So there is no red, there's just a white, but it is a big white.
There's a small red.
Try that. Try them all, but the small red should go probably off to the starter afterwards.
I'm going to say the ignition doesn't need to be on, does it? Because it needs power to it.
It needs power to it to turn it, yeah.
What colour's this one? I found the one that was dangling down, and it's brown.
Give it a go.
Maybe. Watch, let's just stick the thing up it.
Yeah. Let's see what we've got. Got power.
Ooh!
There's your power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I just plug that into the one terminal that's...
Yeah.
Ooh! And that one terminal is in it's the same side as the red wire that potentially goes back up to the starter.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay.
Falling off. Put that on, turn it, and hopefully we'll have some...
Can I turn my camera back on? Because that camera over there is quit. I hope it hasn't died.
Well, it might not get anything yet, let's just see if it lights up.
Yeah, but I still want to fit. Key's in the wrong way.
You got one?
Red light.
Yeah.
But nothing on the volts.
Well, that could be help.
I'll listen for the clock as well.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Give it a go for crank.
Let's go for the 10, see if it does anything. Fuck me!
Give us a minute, I'm going to check power to coil. Ignition off.
Ignition off.
Ignition off. Which were plus at my... Oh, it's there, yeah, got it. Ignition on.
Ignition on.
I've got 12 volts to the coil.
Fuck me. Right.
Right.
So let's mess with petrol then.
That's two things out of the equation of having a bonfire. The other one is a bit of accelerant. Mechanical pump, isn't it?
Mechanical pump, and that black pipe comes straight from it, and then the petrol can is under the bonnet.
Right, well, we're going to have to wind it until it
sucks it in.
sucks it in.
But it's got that little fuel filter thing, so you'll be able to see when the petrol goes in.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah. You got a pair of pliers because that clips into way.
Oh, will it not actually go in?
No.
Pliers incoming.
Right, spanner for the battery.
Spanner for the back. Oh, just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
That will be that one, and we'll turn it on to.
So, yeah, in case we need to come off fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Undoing mode.
Undoing mode.
Yep.
Right. Crank
Happy?
roller.
Okay.
You clean rotor arm, daisy cap and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, alright.
Cleaned all spark plugs.
Right, let's see if we can pump some fuel up.
Bearing in mind that's my level of. I think that's enough. Cleaned.
Yeah, go on, crank her over. That air strap's not good enough. It's starting to set on fire.
The one that goes to the.
One direct to chassis from battery.
Okay.
Go on, keep going.
Even though it's setting on fire?
Yeah, it's going to get warm a bit.
Okay. Oh, that is
Hold it! Yeah, see that turned a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, air strap is totally bollocks.
Okay.
Need a new one. Right, go on.
Okie dokie.
Oh. Yeah, fuel's starting to come through.
Fuck me. I can see the smoke from here.
Yeah, it's that battery terminal. It's not good. And again. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to change that battery terminal.
Yeah.
We're losing too much power through it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I literally noticed there that as you lifted the petrol can, it slightly tapped it, and then when I went to turn over that time, it
Went quicker.
Yeah. No, so that time when it went slower again.
Yeah, it's the
Ignition off for now.
It's hot and it's no good for nothing.
Right.
It's gone off. You see how it's gone green and furry, the knackers,
That's exactly the same. Yeah.
Been for them.
Right, so. Hey, I'm happy that it's attempted to petrol now.
Yeah, well, when it wiggled, I think it's breaking through down here somewhere. When I wiggled it, it got a bit more power. But we need full power to gain in as much spark as possible. So it needs one of them. But you'll need it on one of them, won't you?
Yeah. It's alright. That's kind of cheered me up that it has actually turned over and it's given positive.
Well, we've gone through and found a few little schnippers, which we're back at. That is not carrying enough current.
No.
Nowhere near.
No. Things you learn.
We've gone from turning slow to turning fast, just wiggling that. And we need full fast.
Yep.
To be cleaner down there.
Hang on.
Right. Fair call while you're looking for that. Yeah, we're turning over there. Yeah. Right, well, I'm probably going to leave you with that, Johnny, until that's hot. Until you sort your earth out.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll abandon it for this week.
Okay.
But you know what you need to do to get prepped for next week.
Yeah, but I can continue tinkering and I know sort of what I'm looking at and looking for. That's a different one.
We're close.
Yeah. Otherwise it's...
Well, we're not starting your rebuild works.
Yes.
Yeah?
True.
So that's good.
Yeah, very much so.
And we've got power to the coil.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm off as well. Right, I'll see you Wednesday.
Johnny.
Yeah.
That bracket's on Wednesday.
Right.
I'll leave it Wednesday.
I guess I'll turn all this off and See you in a bit, guys. Well, that's not gone quite as well as I'd hoped, but at the same time, it's not gone anywhere near as badly as it could have done. Now I understand a little bit more. I'm going to do a bit more tinkering. Off camera, however. Saying that, I've still got the audio on over here. I also have you running down to